style of a show. We decided to do a college-style show this year with a little bit different music. We'll talk a little bit more about that in a second, but before we go too much further, I definitely want to make sure we're thanking some people, because we couldn't, Mr. Doherty and I, as great as we are, we couldn't do this by ourselves. We need the support of the community, and we have it. We are unique. We are Lamont, and we are one of the few communities that I know of that was able to do something like this. It's pretty awesome, and thank you to the community for the support that they always give the band. I also want to make sure that we thank the school board. The school board has to okay that this can happen, and they did, and without their support, we couldn't do this. A huge thank you to our administrative team, though. They're the ones that give us guidance, help us to figure out all the logistics of how this is going to work, and they've been just awesome this whole time. So thank you to the administrative team. Dr. Tickner, Mr. Michelson, and Mr. Young, they're all over in that area. If you want to give applause. It helps you warm up when you cheer louder, although I'm just saying. All right. That went like a lead balloon. All right, so the next thing, I want to thank the building and grounds team, because they help us on Wednesday nights. They clean up after us. They help us keep us safe in the band area by helping us make sure everything is sprayed down and wiped down and cleaned for the students. And I also want to thank our deans who are out here tonight helping us make sure everybody's safe and going in the right directions and everything. Our marching band staff that's coming in on Wednesday nights to help make sure that your students, your children are being instructed just like they would on a normal year. I want to thank our band parent officers who have put in a ton of work behind the scenes, having the Zoom meetings with the directors where we always do this, talk too much. So they have to endure that. You don't have to endure it, but they do. Thank you to all the band parents that have come in and done temperature checks for us for our rehearsals, that have come in and helped with uniforms. I can't even tell you the amount of work that it takes to get the uniforms on the students for a 5-minute show. The hours and days that they put in to get that for your students shouldn't go unnoticed. They came in on multiple nights so that they could put on the uniforms for 5 minutes, because it meant that much to the students. They wanted to wear those uniforms one more time. So thank you to the parents who put in all the hours for that. All right, there you go. And most of all, I want to thank the students for putting their trust in Mr. Doherty and I to keep them safe and to give them a good experience. They didn't have to do this. This was optional for some of the students, and they chose to do it. They wanted to do it. So that tells you a lot of it about them. All right. So, and now, I talked a little bit about the music. What we started with, we wanted to give them, we started with the title, well, not with the title, we actually started with the first song, which was High Hopes by Panic at the Disco. I know you're like, that's not a thing we normally hear at in a Friday night football game. You're right. We wanted to do a college-style show that had a little bit more of a pop sound, that we could get the students behind into something that gives them a little bit of hope for the future. High hopes, thinking that there is going to be better times ahead. So that's where we started. Then after that, we're like, oh, what else can we do? Let's throw in a Stevie Wonder tune, Higher Ground. So you'll hear a little bit of a Stevie Wonder version of Higher Ground. And then the oldies but the goodies are always there, and people like to sing along with Ain't No Mountain High Enough. So we threw that in as well. So those are the 3 songs we're going to be doing this evening. It's a show about looking forward. And that's why we named it Soar. So you see the shirts, they have a phoenix on them, like rising out of the ashes. We're just really excited that you're going to get to see this. Thank you for coming. We know you're going to show the love to the band members after they're done. Feel free to cheer, be loud, clap those hands loud. But this is our 2020 fall show entitled Soar. Drum majors, take it away.